Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm just going to show you guys how I double my wefts to make my wig. I'm currently using the Singer sewing machine. I just switched over from the Brothers sewing machine because I was having so much problem with tension, and the thread was always jamming. So I did get insurance on the machine, so they refunded me. I'm still waiting for the refund, but I went ahead and got the Singer heavy duty machine, and this is the style for 4432, and so far it's been doing good as far as no jamming, and I haven't had any issues really. The only problem is the bobbin. I'm not sure. I've been trying to figure out what bobbin goes with this machine, so I have to probably call them because I can't you know, you want to have your bobbins already set, that way when you run out you can just change them easily. So I'm gonna make a kinky, it's a Brazilian kinky curly wig, and I will be coloring as well, but first I'm gonna double the wefts. And before I go ahead and jump into that, let me just show you the setting on my machine. I currently have it on a zigzag stitch. I'm hoping you guys are seeing clearly. And then for the length, I have it on 3. For tension, it's on 4. I didn't move the needle from the position it was in when I bought it. And then for the width, it's on 6. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So first, you want to make sure that your the weft is lined up from one end to the next. So you're gonna put it like this, and then you're gonna put it right under the footer. And also, let me just show you, I have an open toe footer. Let me take that off, show it to you closely. I have an open toe footer, and I did I'm gonna list the person that I received the tip from on YouTube, and this makes it so much easier for you to sew with, as opposed to using the closed toe footer where you can't see. The open toe footer is wonderful. Okay, and I got this from Amazon. And when I had the first one I got for my brother's sewing machine, I called them and told them the issues that I was having and that I wanted to switch over because it's like 21,000 change, and they actually reimbursed me, and so I was able to get this one, which is awesome. Okay, so first you're gonna put the hair under the footer, then you're gonna pull the lever down in the back. You're gonna take the notch at the side down into the weft. Okay, so I have to thread my needle, so bear with me. Okay guys, so now I have my needle ready to go. So I'm just gonna, and for this one, the lever is in the back to get the needle down in the weft to start sewing. For the Brothers machine, the lever was on the side. Okay, so now I have it down. You're just going to put your foot on the pedal lightly. If you're just learning to sew, you don't want to go too fast. Just take your time, hit the pedal and go. And you hold the hair together. So you hold it together like this, side by side, on top of each other. Let me show you. I probably should have. So you hold it together like this, right? And then you sew it. And then if you start from, for instance, when I just started sewing the end, sometimes you don't start at the end. If you want to go back and ensure that's together as well, you just press on the reverse button here, and it goes back, and then you start going again. The same applies for when you're doing the wig. Okay, so we're just going to keep doing this until we're finished doubling these wefts. And one thing I must say, this is a heavy duty, so it goes faster. So if you're just learning with the heavy duty, you might want to take extra precautions not to go press on the brakes too heavy. Take your time. Just tap it, tap it, tap it, and you go. Keep holding it together. Sometimes you may have to stop and fix it. No problem. Okay. started doing this, I must say. And sometimes you have find too where you're pressing and you see it's not moving, mean that the thread is just sewing in that one spot. You may want to just stop, lift your lever up, shift it back a little bit, then pull it back down and start sewing again. Here, so that's it. I needed to go all the way to the end since sometimes I cut it. So that's it, and then once you're finished, you use the button on the side. I'm not sure what they call that, to lift the needle up, and then you just clip. And this is a very good scissors to clip your wefts. It's very sharp and it gets the job done. The only thing I've been using it to do other things, so it's a little bit dull, so I'm gonna go. I got it from Walmart, so I'm going to go to Walmart and get me another one. So that's the first. We're finished with that one, with that weft. So we're going to do this track. I'm going to do the same thing. Make sure it's together like this on top of each other. And then we're going to put it under here, under the footer. And it's an open toe footer, and which makes it easier for you to see the hair. It's going to pull the lever down in the back. Use the button on the side to take the needle down in the track. And then you start sewing. And then, as I mentioned, since I didn't start at the end, since I want to go back and make sure those tracks are together, I'm going to press on my reverse button there. Okay, it's a little bit off. Okay, bring it down, and then go forward. Continue sewing. To the end. Sometimes the hair will get under the footer. Just remove that and keep sewing. Okay, so we're finished. You're just gonna pull the footer up, use a button, lift your needle, the button on the side, tip it with the thread, the scissors, and you're finished. So I'm gonna make a kinky curly wig, so I don't want it to be too thick. So I'm just gonna use 2 bundles, and that's something that, as far as I have a wig construction company, service, I mean. And so I make wigs for more mature women. That's my audience right now. And so most of the times they're looking for wigs that are not too thick. They want it light and nice. So I tend to do, most of the times I do single tracks. And when I get to the top, I do like 1 or 2 rows in double the tracks and stuff like that, so it could have a little bit of a thicker look to the top. So I'm show you one of my wigs I'm gonna make is which is gonna be a single. I'm gonna do single tracks all the way up to the top. So now I'm gonna move on. Okay, well guys, so my bobbin needs to be, I need to rethread my bobbin, so I said I was gonna go ahead and show you guys how I do that. So first you have to take the thread out from the needle. And then once you have the thread out from the needle, you're gonna, the thread has to be, well, it's always in this one when you're sewing, so, and it shows you the steps. One, for I'm doing the bobbin, not sewing, so I'm not gonna take it around here. I'm gonna take it around this little notch right here. And you're gonna do double it, like go around once, but it's gonna wrap around the it's basically gonna wrap around the thread. The thread is gonna wrap around the thread, if you know what I mean. And then you're gonna take it this way. Then when you take when you wrap it around that little piece, you're gonna stick the thread inside in the little hole right here. So you're gonna stick it here. When you stick it there, you're gonna put it on top of this little notch right here. Then you're gonna click it to this white thing here. And then once you click it, you just hold it. You press on the, I did say brakes earlier, but you press on the pedal. I guess I'm thinking about driving. I wasn't looking at what I'm doing, so it did you just take it around. If you make that mistake, it's no big problem. Just take it from wrapping around here, cut the thread here, because you already have it going around the bobbin, right? So you just cut it, and then you just put your foot on the pedal until, and once it's full, it's gonna stop. It's gonna start going slow, so you will know when to stop. See it's slowing down? Can you see? Yeah, so it's slowing down, so I have to stop now. And then you just go ahead and cut that. Pull it this way, take it off. And then you just put it here in the little notch right here. I don't know what they call it, because I didn't get into all that. As long as I know how to use the machine. So you go this way. It has a little notch here, right? So when you put the thread back in that little spot where the bobbin goes, you're gonna put the thread under that little silver notch, and then you just leave it there. You put the cover back on. You pop it on here. Close it, and then you just thread your needle, and then you start sewing again. You can cut this off, or you could leave it. It doesn't matter, because once you start sewing, you're gonna cut it off anyways. So I have to change my thread, of course, because it's almost finished. So let me go ahead and grab one, and I'll show you how to thread the machine as well. Okay, so now I have my thread ready to go to thread the machine. I'm gonna put my thread on here, this long thing here that lays flat. Put the thread on there. Then you're gonna, this is number 1, it shows you on the machine. So you're gonna put the thread under here, and then you're gonna take it around this little notch right here. When you take it around that notch, you take it, it shows you that's the second one, this is the third one. You're gonna take the thread down the notch, you're gonna take it up, because it shows you number 4, it gives you a U arrow going up. And then you're gonna take it around this little silver notch right here. So when you take the thread around that little notch, you take it down, and then you wrap it around this. For the brother sewing machine, it was just 1, but this one has 2. So you take it around here, and then you take it around this little piece of, there's a little iron, little notch here under, right beside where the needle is. So you're going to put that around there, and then you just thread your needle, and you're ready to sew. That was easy, right? If you have any questions, you could drop it in the comment section and just let me know. If there's anything you want me to go over, if there's anything you'd like for me to speak on, if that wasn't clear for you, no problem. You could just go ahead and let me know, because I had to, when I was watching the videos on YouTube to learn how to sew, my wigs, it did take a few times for me to watch it, as well as I pray first. I try to pray before, especially if I'm doing something and I'm getting frustrated. I pray, and God helps me as far as He makes it clearer, tells me what to do, what not to do. Yes, the Holy Spirit does speak to you and assist you with everything in life. You just have to allow Him to do that. So speak to Him and ask Him. The areas where you're confused, He will show you. The areas where you're trying to find purpose, He will help you. In everything that you do, He wants you to be successful. He's desired you to be successful, actually. Designed you, I mean. He's designed you to be successful. We just have to walk in it. So, since I just did 2 wefts, because I'm not going to make my wig too thick. This is for one of my customers. It's a Brazilian curly hair. Wavy, I mean. So I'm just going to double do this one in the machine so you can see. Because I know with some people it takes looking at the same thing over and over to get it. And so I don't mind doing that. Okay. I had the camera a little bit further away, but hopefully it's okay. Let me see if I need to take it closer. I will. It looks good. So you just take the lever down, then you you roll this little thing here at the button at the side, put your needle in the weft, and then you start sewing. You may want to do a back stitch, so you select the reverse lever, go back to get the hair, because I didn't start from the end. Fix that, because they wrap the hair a little bit funny, so it's a little bit bent. So let me just go ahead and get that. Okay. And then you just hold it together the way I showed you, and you keep sewing until you're finished with this one. Okay? And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Because when I just started doing it, I'm like, I don't think I can do it before I even attempted it. And that's the thing. Sometimes you just look at things and like, I can't, but just try. Just give it a try, and you find out afterwards, oh, this is not bad. Make sure the hair is smooth, so it's not gonna get snatched between you sewing the wefts together. Okay, you can stop and smooth it out, fix it, take your time until you're at that point where you can just go through and not it together like that, run it right through, and we're finished. Hope you guys are enjoying. If you have any questions for me, anything you want me to talk about, anything you want me to cover, I'm happy to do that. So I'm just gonna go on to, I'm gonna finish doing, I have 2 more bundles, and I did get with this here I got the transparent closure. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish these 2 bundles, and then I'm gonna move on to coloring the hair. Okay. Okay guys, so for the last 2 tracks that I'm doing, I've zoomed in a little bit more in the camera just to ensure that you're seeing more clearly. And also I'm still gonna just repeat some of the things that I said, because for others that are struggling with getting the technique on the sewing machine, it would assist them. So I've put my track side by side like this, and I've secured it under the footer. And as I told you, I'm using an open toe footer, which makes it way easier for you to learn to double your tracks. Okay, now I got this from Amazon. Okay, so we're gonna start my lever. I already put my lever down in the back of the machine, and so I'm gonna start sewing on the. You're going to put your foot on the pedal lightly. If you're just learning, if you're advanced, then you could go ahead and just start. And I'll go here. finish, and remember to keep your wefts together with your hands. Just hold them together like this. Keep it in line. Heavy duty machine, so it goes faster. Keep in mind, if you do get a heavy duty machine, it's easier as far as the process is easier as far as I don't have the issues I had when I had the Brothers machine with jamming, and I kept the issue I was having at my thread. Every time I sew, my thread was getting unraveled, so I had to keep threading my needle, and I had to stop every probably a few times when I'm sewing just one track, just because my thread was jamming or something like that. So it's way better with that, but then it goes faster, so you want to take your time. Okay. And another thing too with the heavy duty machine that I realized is the space. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me just take my track off here. So you're gonna use the button on the side to lift up your needle from the left, then you cut. The space between the footer and where on the flat surface where you're gonna put your hair, you have a bigger gap. There's a bigger space there, so it's easier for you to get your wefts under the footer. And I'm like, okay, I did not know that was gonna be the case, but I love that. So I have my last weft track left. So let me go ahead and double the weft. And then after we finish with this, and I forgot to show you that, guys, that the wig I'm currently wearing, that's one of my wigs that I made. I made it and I colored it. I will show you that once I'm finished sewing this last track. I made this wig, and I'm gonna also show you guys the inside of my wig as far as the stitching and stuff like that, so you can see that. So if you're looking for wig construction services, feel free to reach out to me. I'm currently working on my website, so my website is not up as yet, where you will be able to just provide your hair, and I'll make the wig for you and send it back to you, as well as I will be offering pre-made wigs as well once I'm up and going. I'm sorry, these they did not pat these hair properly, so it's all bent up. So take your time if that's the case, because you want to have it straight. If it's not set properly under the footer, then it's not gonna double stitch properly. You're gonna have to stop and fix it anyway, so you might as well just fix it before you start sewing and stuff. So take your time and make sure that you just straighten the hair. Get the hair, because it's a lot of loose here, so just straighten it out so it's not in your way. Here we go. We're almost finished. And I'm kind of not holding. See what's happening when I'm not holding the see? Did you guys saw that? I'm not holding it close together, then this is what happens. So I kind of let it go again so you can see. So you have to hold it. It's gonna slip. And then when you get to the end, then you can do that. So we're finished. Remember to pull your needle up and just cut. And then we're finished. So I'm just gonna go ahead and color right now. Hello guys, so before I go on to coloring the hair that I just did in the sewing machine, I just wanted to show you my wig I'm wearing. That this was done by me. I colored it, and it's a closure wig, 4x4 closure with 3 bundles. I do offer wig construction services, so feel free to reach out to me if you need anything, any services. Making a wig, I'm currently only doing closure wigs. So if it's a 4x4 closure or 5x5 closure, feel free to go ahead and reach out to me. Only new closures. And I thank you so much for watching my tutorial. If there's any questions you have for me, or if there's any topics you'd like for me to cover, feel free to drop that in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video and have a wonderful day.